Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have I screwed that up. It's the Ugly Duckling. This is a classic fable fairy tale. Well, there's no fairies in it. And by the way, that's a swan, so spoilers. So this is 9 minutes. It's 8 minutes if you watch it on a computer. I don't know why it's different between the two different devices, but it's from 1939. This is one of the classic animated shorts based on a story that's been told a zillion times in a zillion different ways. Even in animation, there's so many different iterations of this same story, and it's not complex at all. That's why I'm going to kill a lot of time to make this at least 3 minutes long and worth my time, if not yours. So, yeah, this is just the story of a little duckling who is born a little bit different than his siblings and is rejected by his parents. And maybe that's a parable that might make a little bit more sense even today, but sadly, um, but he looks different, acts different, sounds different. In fact, when he's first born, one of the funny things about this is it might be something that we've never seen in any of the other animated versions. I don't know. It's been a billion years since I've seen any animated version of this story being told, at least in the cartoon short version. But when I looked up the image for this thumbnail, it's honestly there are so many different animated versions. Not Disney. When he's first born, when he hatches out of the egg, the husband duck looks at the mom duck, dad duck and mom duck. He looks at her, and even though there's no dialogue in this whatsoever, it is a silly symphony without the silly. It is symphonic. It has its music that pretty much drives this whole thing, and bird sounds. Um, he he chews her out like she's been cheating on him. So yeah, like, oh yeah, we got four other ducklings, all look yellow and the same. This one's white, a little bit strange. That one egg, I don't know how reproductive systems work with ducks, but apparently he believed she was cheating on him, and that's why we ended up with this weird kid. Yeah, that's a thing. I could be wrong, but that's what it looks like. So anyway, in this, of course, the little duckling just wants love and affection, wants a home, wants a family, and he goes all different directions trying to find a common something in common with somebody without being run off or attacked. And eventually, he does find something in the swan family. You realize that he's part of a family of some of the most beautiful birds that ever existed, and also deadliest. So, yeah, it's not a complex thing, not a complex story. I've told you the exact story, and odds are you've already knew the story already. Most people do. So, but I think this is, especially if you have a little kid, this might be the first time they've ever heard this story, and it shows. Hey, it's sometimes you have to choose your family, and also, but a lot of times if somebody's different, you got to learn to accept them. And also, if you find something, if you find a little one alone, you bring him in. You take care of him. I guess that's another message. I don't know. I'm failing at this. So yeah. I tell everybody this every time I get one of these old shorts. Go through these. The reason why we have Disney Plus right now is because these old animated shorts and features, of course, exist. This doesn't have Mickey or Donald, Goofy, or whatever. Kind of the ducklings. Well, the goose, the swanling. What are the little swans called? The little swan does look like a little baby Donald Duck, but not a duck. Definitely a swan, and Donald's certainly not a swan. So yeah. Oh, maybe he is. No, he's not. No, no. Yeah, I think we would have known that by now. After his whole lengthy Navy career, he would have at least grown into being a swan at some point with a long neck and everything else. But no, that doesn't happen. I say, check these out. All these classics, just run through them all whenever you get a chance. Put them as a like they did in the old days. If you're going to watch a movie on Disney Plus, before you start that movie, watch one of these animated shorts, just like they did back when movies were 25 cents in the theaters or less. And in 1939, yeah, you could relive that moment. So that's all I got to say on that. I've probably said too much. Let's pick tomorrow's episode.
14.
See, we're going back and forth between high and low numbers. We had 18 yesterday, and now we have 14. Oh, what happened? There we go. 14. Wow. Okay. We have not had a documentary thing in a long time. We've had a lot of movies, a lot of series. This short is the first one we've had in a little while. And this is our first documentary. And I was thinking, man, we haven't had a shark thing in a while. Might not be sharks, but it's in the water, more than likely, unless I'm reading this title all completely wrong. It's called Aliens of the Deep. So yeah. Aliens of the Deep. It's going to probably be a National Geographic thing about something underwater, or many things underwater. We'll find out next. Aliens of the Deep on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that.